Hey, welcome back. I spent a lot of time last week talking about the book, so I didn't want to do too much of that. I probably have a couple other notes. This isn't really a confession note, but it's something. Did Mario Galaxy copy this game? But I had like a meaning of life notes and stuff. Can you hear me? Oh. And I think, yeah, shoot, you know what? That's loud. I'm going to give you a little thing. I'm going to do this. Sorry. I don't know if this is going to mess everything up, but this is so loud. I can hear it. And why not do a save state? Look at this me. Whoa. What are you doing? You look so stupid. Okay. So I think I'll make... I don't know. Oh, I just died. That's interesting. Maybe I'll do a vlog about this. Like this meaning of life thing's kind of like a big thing for me. For me, and for nobody else. Nobody else cares about this but me. Oh, there's 4 different areas here. That's... So I bet in this area you have to find a switch to do the other area? I don't know. But I'm a bee. It's like the 4 seasons here. How the heck do I do this? So this was just the point I had, like it would be part of a bigger meaning of life thing that I would do. But this is just a point, so remember this and I'll bring it up when I do that video. Maybe like next week, I don't know. We'll see. Because I'm like doing all this job stuff and I have a lot of thoughts about a confession and like Ecclesiastes. So I don't know if I should just put that all in a vlog, because sometimes people watch the vlogs. Nobody watches this, but... and they shouldn't really, right? What am I even doing? Oh, right. So, I don't know. I guess in the back of my head, a meaning of life could be helping people, right? I've talked about before, family and like friends and religion, and then for me, I've said like, okay, those things don't really help me. But helping people could still be a meaning that I could have. I don't know if I need any more of those. But... and I think it pretty much is like what I thought my meaning would be. Like when I was mentioning Tolstoy's book, he said like, oh, in the back of your head, you have a meaning. And maybe, yeah, tomorrow I'll talk about that, because I have a lot more Tolstoy notes. I have more than I thought I did. In the back of your head, you have a meaning of life, but like Tolstoy was like, well, I was just kind of distracted by stuff and I never really thought about it. Then once I analyzed what my meaning was, I realized it was kind of a stupid meaning. So my meaning was probably helping people and like being nice to people. That was my meaning. And even once you analyze it, it does kind of hold up. It holds up better than any other meaning, pretty much, to me. If that was going to be my meaning, that would be it. Helping people. Because I've mentioned before, like, I know that hurting people is bad, so obviously helping people must be good. It must be a good thing. I still believe that. I'm not saying it's not true. Yeah, what I'm trying to say is it's the best thing you can do with your life, but it's still not enough to be a justification for existence, I guess. It's not enough for me that I can help people. Naughty. How do I do that? I have to lower the water or something. Okay, so the whole, like, I don't know, It's a Wonderful Life thing of like, oh, if you didn't exist, the people that you helped, and you don't even realize how many people you've helped and how many people you've been, if you didn't exist, all those people might be dead or something. And that's true, like, when you have your life, you might as well be good and do good things and help people. I still believe that. But when we're talking about a meaning of life, a meaning is a big thing. And it's not enough for me. If I was smarter, I'd be able to phrase this like, I don't know, I've been feeling bad about myself because Tolstoy explains all this stuff really well. But I don't know how to really explain it well. But I've had this thought. Okay, so if you didn't exist, the people you helped wouldn't have been helped, and maybe they'd even be dead, like the kid who was on a sled and he broke his arm or whatever, or that guy at the pharmacy who was taking pills or something. What happened there? Like, he was trying to kill himself, and then Jimmy Stewart was like, I'm not gonna I was almost gonna do a Jimmy Stewart impression, but I'm not gonna do it. Jimmy Stewart was like, don't take those pills. And he saves his life or something. First of all, I never did that, but that's not the point. I never saved anybody's life, for sure. That movie always bothered me a little bit, but it's still good, but it's like, well, he saved somebody's life. I didn't do that. Oh, you have to stand on those things? That's tough. Maybe not. Maybe I could just go up this way. Oh, I made it. But it's a good movie. Does anybody else think It's a Wonderful Life's a good movie, or is it just me? It's like the most popular movie in the history of movies. Okay, what do I do on this thing? Oh, I see. This is a tough thing to phrase. If I didn't exist, the people who I helped wouldn't be helped. But also, if those people didn't exist, they wouldn't need help. So it doesn't override that meaninglessness of life for me. It's just working the best you can within a dumb system, which is still good, but it's not meaning. Okay, I just read what I wrote. Does that make sense? Like, being a good person is good. And you're working with what you have. Like, that's all you can do is be good. Because you... But it's still not enough for me to be like, oh, that's why I should live, and that's why I should exist. That's my meaning, is to help people. Because, or that's the meaning of life, is to help other people. Doesn't make much sense because, well, if those other people didn't exist, they wouldn't have problems which needed help for me to help them. So their existence would be better if they didn't exist. If I was smart enough, I could tie this all together. It makes sense in my head. I'm just worried it doesn't really make sense when I say it. Whoa, why'd the camera change like that? Clicky clack. Whoa. I don't know what I'm doing. What are these little bulbs? These like leaf things. Okay, don't fall. This would be bad if you fell. I'm just gonna go down there. So that was my big, profound thing of like, okay, well, okay. And this is what I kind of said last week, and I said it to the therapist, and it kind of makes sense to me. Like, and first of all, I always have to preface it and say, like, if you have a meaning to your life, I don't want to take it away from you. It's real. It's not like, I'm not saying like, oh, your meaning is stupid and it's not real. If your meaning is to help people, and it's real for you, then it's real. But it can't be real for me. It doesn't work for me. That's the whole thing. Oh, see? There we go. I did it. I wonder if I have to be a bee in those levels. What's in here? Look at this guy. That's a big squirrel. What? What do I do here? I fell back here and I was like, uh-oh, I'm not supposed to. You guys ever, I don't know, it's just, I felt like being a millennial Twitter account and be like, you guys ever fall in a place in a video game and be like, oh, I'm not supposed to be back here. That's how I just felt. It's like, oh no, am I stuck forever? Okay. I've been on Twitter more and it's just, God, this is all garbage. I hate it. Okay. We might as well go to the tippy top and see what's up there. Oh, I want to be here. I want to break this egg. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's too big. Can't override the meaninglessness. I don't know. Yeah, that's the note. I guess I pretty much explained it as good as I can. I thought maybe I could try to just do a whole episode on it. I guess it's been 12 minutes. If it still makes sense that the other person that I'm helping, his life would be better if he didn't exist, then helping him, it doesn't override, you know what I'm saying? Like, it still makes more sense for that person to just not exist than, or for him to have never been born, than for me to just help him. Like, that's good, but it still doesn't make sense for, there we go, we're going down. It's still not a good enough justification for me, for my life. Every time I try to think of a meaning, I can think of a way out of it. Like, I can think of, well, that meaning doesn't work for me. And so that's why what I said to the therapist, and I think this makes sense, but maybe it doesn't, is I'm just abandoning the question. The question that I've been struggling with the past couple years or whatever. And it's really only been the past couple years. I haven't really been struggling with it that much recently anyway. What is my purpose? What is the purpose of anybody? Why are we here? Why does man exist? What's the point? And you can summarize all that by saying, like, what everybody else is, like, well, what's the meaning of life? That's the question. I'm abandoning that question, and I'm substituting my own question. Because that question assumes that there needs to be a meaning for me to do anything. And if there does need to be a meaning, then if there isn't a meaning, then I shouldn't do anything and I should just be dead. And that's what Tolstoy says. But what if I just rephrase the question and be like, okay, that's not my question anymore, and I want to answer this question. I'm building up to it like it's this big thing, but I've already said the question a couple episodes ago. How do I enjoy, or how do I enjoy a meaningless life? That's the question. So if you're gonna, one question assumes that life has meaning, and that you need meaning, and the other question doesn't. So how do I? So I don't have an answer to that question, but it seems easier to answer than how could you ever put so much meaning on a life? It's not gonna work for me. Other people, they can do it, but not me. Tomorrow I'll talk about Tolstoy again. Sorry. I like that book though. He's starting to get into the Christian part, and I'm like, he takes a turn where he starts being like, oh no, I don't know how you make that connection where he's like, okay, life is meaningless, but let's be a Christian now. I don't know how he gets there. He hasn't really gotten there totally, but I'm like, oh, he's turning, and I don't see the connection. So how's this gonna work? Oh, when it's raining, you can't, but when it's sunny, the leaves come out. That's interesting. That's cool. I've definitely never played. I don't know if I've ever seen this level before. Oh, there's a Jiggy up there. Okay, let's try to get that today. Jiggy, 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 jiggy. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Ooh. Yeah. Get that stupid thing. Okay, then tomorrow we'll see what we can see. Okay, see ya. Bye.